What's up, guys? Welcome to today's show, and today we're going to talk Paul Pogba, Romelu Lukaku, and yes, more Harry Kane, the transfer saga of the summer so far. So first, Paul Pogba. Juventus have basically said that Paul Pogba is up for sale and his price tag is £8 million. Now, well, €8 million, pounds, I don't know, but you know, what a low figure for such a quality player. Now, Paul Pogba's career has been ups and downs. Left Manchester United as a youngster, went to Juventus, won everything over there, titles, cups in Italy. I think he reached 2 Champions League finals, losing to Barcelona and Real Madrid. So he's a Champions League finalist with Juventus, playing in a stellar midfield alongside Andre Pirlo and Arturo Vidal. Him and those two probably one of the best midfields in Europe, getting to the pinnacle of the Champions League, just failing to win those competitions, but getting beat by, the giants of European football, Real Madrid and Barcelona. And then, moving back to Manchester United for a huge fee of upwards of 90 million, or close to 90 million, moving back to Manchester United with amazing fanfare, doing quite well. I mean, under Mourinho, I think he won I don't think he won. He won the Europa League and he won the Carabao Cup. So winning silverware with Manchester United, bringing, an element of success back to Manchester United post Alex Ferguson. Then Jose leaves. Him and Pogba and Jose sort of, according to the media, are butting heads. They don't seem to be, eye to eye. Solskjaer comes in, shit manager, and when Solskjaer came in, the trajectory of Man United sort of went down. Apart from that season, they finished second. It was pretty shit, for all involved at Manchester United when Solskjaer was there. Then he moves back to Juventus, but since he's been back, he's had a torrid time of injuries: groin, quad, hamstring strains, not playing very much. Juventus not been happy with him because he's, when he should be recovering, he's playing other sports like basketball and such. So, ups and downs in the career of Paul Pogba. For his national team, he's cleaned up. He's won the World Cup, dominating the midfield, alongside N'Golo Kante. I think he won the World Cup in 2018. Yep, 2018 World Cup. And Kante and Pogba were absolutely immense. Pogba is a world-class player. He is a world-class midfielder. I am a fan. For £8 million, I think Arsenal should buy him. Paul Pogba, Declan Rice, if Partey stays, Odegaard, Jorginho, Havertz, Smith Rowe. Look at the depth in that midfield and the stellarness in that midfield. Some of the names in that midfield, complete stellar names. Now listen, I'm sure there's going to be a whole, queue of suitors for Paul Pogba. Apparently he's already turned down a move to Saudi. I think Pogba wants to stay in Europe. I still think Paul Pogba believes that he has unfinished business in the Champions League, in European football. And he's still a very young man. He still has loads of years ahead of him in his football career. I want to see Paul Pogba back in the Premier League. Is there any suitors for him? It's going to be interesting to see. Maybe the likes of Barcelona might come in for him. I do see that. I do think he'd do very well, in Barcelona. Maybe even Bayern Munich might come in for him. I mean, Bayern Munich do probably need a couple of bodies in midfield. Kimmich and Goretzka are good players, but someone like Paul Pogba, could Bayern Munich really turn him down? 8 million? But I think they're trying to prioritise getting Harry Kane, which we're going to come onto again. Paul Pogba's a phenomenal player. Fairly mistreated by the English media. The English media and pundits seem to treat anyone who hasn't got an English passport or has a foreign passport unfairly, and differently than they treat people or players with an English passport. That is fact. I speak truth and I will speak the truth. It may be uncomfortable, but it's true. Listen to them, analyse them. Listen to the English sports pundits. Listen to their sports media publications. Listen to them, how they treat English players and non-English players. Some pundits and some journalists despise Paul Pogba, unfairly treat Paul Pogba. And I know why. They won't say why, but I know why. But the same treatment is not given to people like Harry Maguire, who is worse, a worse flop or disappointment to Manchester United than Paul Pogba. Achieved nothing with Manchester United. Paul Pogba achieved things with Manchester United. Maguire achieved nothing. Cost Man United points in games, but still protected, built up and overrated by the English sports pundits and media. Facts. Now I'm going to stick up for Paul Pogba. I don't think he was a flop at Manchester United. I don't think he hit the heights that he could have. But Manchester United was not stable. Mourinho, he hit heights with Mourinho, world-class manager. Then it sort of tailed off when Mourinho tailed off. Solskjaer, he was absolute shit. Not the calibre of a manager Manchester United needed. I would have liked to see Paul Pogba work with Erik ten Hag. I think that would have been a phenomenal match. Now, I wouldn't even be surprised and I wouldn't be shocked if maybe Man United went back in for him. Why not? Ten Hag, Paul Pogba, Manchester United back in the Champions League. Phenomenal. It would be phenomenal. And any fan who thinks any different, you don't know fuck all about football. Now, I was listening to Talk Sport and I heard a Tottenham fan ring in and he said, what did he say? He goes, he wouldn't pay £8 for Paul Pogba. But you man are watching Skip Højbjerg. Come on, mate. It shows you the calibre of thinking of some Spurs fan. You wouldn't want Paul Pogba in your football club, but you pay to watch Skip Højbjerg. Who's the other one that you got rid of? The other one, the young player, the young English midfielder. I forgot his name before Skip. He was another one. Shit. But you went and watched this quality of player. Come on, mate. Paul Pogba, world class. Too many haters, unfair haters, world class, and he would improve anyone's team. I'm going to be interested to see what clubs come in for him. I think Newcastle might sniff around. I think Manchester United may explore it. Maybe even Arsenal, Liverpool may explore the possibilities of signing Paul Pogba for a measly fee for these clubs' calibre of 8 million. Let's see what happens in this department. Romelu Lukaku. He wants to basically stay in Inter Milan. Inter Milan are trying to find a way to structure a deal to make sure that he stays over there. Another player unfairly mistreated by the English media and pundits. I heard a pundit say yesterday that they felt that Romelu Lukaku was the biggest flop in Premier League history. No. When he came to Chelsea, the second stint recently. No. The biggest flop in Premier League history is no doubt Harry Maguire. No doubt. Lukaku has had career up and downs. He done well at West Brom, he done well at Everton. He done okay at Manchester United under Jose Mourinho. He done phenomenal at Inter Milan. 2 stints at Inter Milan, cleaned up trophy-wise, won everything, Serie A, all the cups, just missed out on the Champions League. Yes, he misses chances sometimes, but he can look into his trophy cabinet, Romelu Lukaku, and think he's done quite well for himself. Let's put it into context. Harry Kane, a better striker than Lukaku, 0 trophies. Romelu Lukaku, a whole host of trophies. Now, I would rather have had Romelu Lukaku's career. I would rather have Romelu Lukaku's career rather than Harry Kane's. Do you want to know why? Because Romelu Lukaku has won major silverware. Manchester United's won. Inter Milan's won. End of conversation. So you can hate on Romelu Lukaku as much as you want. He's rich and he's a winner. And, yes, he's lost. But like Maldini says, Maldini has lost more finals than he has won. That's a quote from the great Maldini. So you have to be in it to win it. You have to be in it to win it. And Lukaku has put himself in big games, in big tournaments. Some he's won, some he's lost. But the most important thing is that he's won. Harry Kane, the golden boy of English football, has been in big games, big situations, opportunity to win trophies, and he's lost. He's a loser. World class. And if he goes to Bayern Munich, he won't be a loser anymore. But now, at present, Lukaku is a winner and Kane is a loser. So I want Romelu Lukaku to stay at Inter Milan, and I want, I love Inter Milan. They're my team in Italy, and I want them to continue winning silverware and Lukaku to continue winning silverware. But that notion that Lukaku is the biggest flop in Premier League history, in terms of his move to Chelsea, the second stint, the recent one, absolute poppycock. He is not the biggest flop in Premier League history. That title goes to Harry Maguire without question. Without question. Not to mention, the guy doesn't even want to leave Manchester United. He knows he ain't going to play, but he wants to stay at Man United to keep getting his money, rather than try and engineer a move away from Manchester United, where he's going to play like a West Ham, be on less money, but there's ways that he can find a middle ground. He'll get his money in some way or form. He's going to play football that's better for England, that's better for Southgate. But it's pathetic because he knows he can stay at Manchester United, not play, and still get picked by the genius sarcasm that is Gareth Southgate for the England Euro squad in the next coming Euros, even though he won't play a single minute of club football. Southgate will still pick him and he'll still start. Absolutely despicable, mate. Despicable. So no, I'm going to stick up for Lukaku and I'm going to stick up for Paul Pogba. Phenomenal players who've had phenomenal careers, who have won big trophies. You can't say that about Harry Kane, who's won nothing. And you can't say that about Maguire, who's won a Carabao Cup in which he done very little to win it because he hardly played. End of that discussion. So now let's move on to Harry Kane. Spurs are trying really hard to keep this player, and you can't blame them, because without Harry Kane, last season Spurs would have been in a relegation battle. 30 goals in that shit Spurs team. It gained my respect for Harry Kane as what a top striker, a player he actually is. Stupid, lack of ambition, but top striker. Now Spurs want to pay Harry Kane 400,000 a week wages. Astronomical wages. Astronomical wages. Kane, don't fall for it. You must say no to that money, because if you sign another contract with Spurs, all of your opportunities to leave that football club and win something is gone kaput. Kaput! Because with Ange Postecoglou, that is a step backwards from Antonio Conte. Without question, without doubt. And I'll be proved right. Ange Postecoglou will fail at Spurs, with or without Kane. With or without Kane. But Spurs are really pulling out the heavy artillery. They're trying to keep Harry Kane, and they're trying to keep him with mega money. Talks are apparently planned, and they've got this massive contract on the table for Harry Kane, 400 grand a week. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I think that Harry Kane needs to ignore this contract and just leave the football club. engineer a move, go to Bayern Munich. I've said it before. Go to Bayern Munich, clean up over there, fulfill your potential. Because I want to see Harry Kane win trophies, to be honest. It's a shame a player of that talent, of that ability, not winning. I want to see him win. I do. I'll be happy for him. And I want to see him come back, and I want to see him break Shearer's record. I don't begrudge him. But what I do begrudge is the lack of ambition and the stupidity. Not right with a player of that, not right for a player of that caliber. So I hope Harry Kane and his people and his representatives ignore this contract. But what I don't understand is, why isn't Harry Kane being more vocal? No one knows, why aren't you saying anything? You came out a couple of years ago, you had this big interview with Gary Neville. You said, you made your intentions clear. You didn't get the move to City. Surely you have to come out and make it clear what you want, and then it can move forward. And when Bayern coming with the third bid, then things can move forward. Silence ain't good. Grow some balls, Mr. Kane. Spurs are going to try and keep him. They're going to try and keep him, Daniel Levy. They're going to try and offer him big money, but Kane must say no, because it ain't worth it. The glory you're going to get at Bayern Munich, 400 grand a week, ain't worth the glory you're going to get at Bayern Munich. Because you're going to get glory, you're going to get trophies, and you're going to make yourself a legend. You're already a legend. One of, England's greatest strikers, one of the best strikers in the world, Tottenham's all-time top goal scorer. You could still break Shearer's record even if you go to Bayern for a couple of years and come back. But win some silverware, Mr. Kane. Alright guys, so listen. I'm going to be back tomorrow for another video. I'm going to talk about Victor Osimhen. I've not spoken about Osimhen in a while, but news coming out from Napoli. There's more clarity about the Victor Osimhen situation at present. I'm going to bring you guys that tomorrow. So please, guys, smash the like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you tomorrow for another one.